Want to miss, and it's all about women in sports. It's the year of the women. Even though we did not get our president of the United States, women's sports are on the forefront of all of our minds. And also, Whoopi Goldberg, she is starting a women's channel with all women's sports.
I'm not normally someone who fights for something, but this has been 11 years in the making. And I just could never understand why people didn't get it, why people kept saying, no, women aren't interested in this. Because I knew that not to be true. But to find somebody who said, yes, yes, that's a magical word. And that's part of when we say, when she wins, we all win.
What do y'all think?
You know, I am so excited. I was actually so it was in my boots to tell y'all. I think what is so much more prominent, and I feel like from Megan Thee Stallion, just as a rapper, Cardi B, just as rappers, we were able to get what men were giving in the rap game for ourselves, for people who were wanting to receive that, right? And so people who, like us, all three of us combined, who were collectively a true ally of women doing sports and winning in that, I feel like this is a perfect opportunity for Whoopi Goldberg to capitalize on that. Now, if we're all doing that anyways, Trump, we might as well do it for a great cause. So I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see what type of like fashion shows come out of that, like what type of reality pitches come out of that, what type of actual like game schemes come out of that, what type of new sports casters that we'll get from that, and what genre and how new and relatable it will and should and can be. So I'm just excited about what's new with it, because I think this is her own streaming service, and if she's making it into a channel, Whoopi Goldberg's big, so it's gonna be big. So we're just gonna see just kind of how it goes, and I'm really excited to see that fruition.
Women are playing sports around the world. There are sports that we know nothing about here in this country that we don't know women are playing it. We don't know. Women have not really been invited to this party. You look at me and you say, listen, you were never going to play any sport. I say, yes, I know that now. But as a kid, you don't know that. But if no one's offering you or saying this is something that's there for you, you just kind of figure, well, I'm not meant to be doing this. I wanted to play hockey because I'm a big hockey fan. And when I was a kid, even as a young woman, there were no female hockey teams anywhere. People were like, oh no, you women can't do this. I have a 10-year-old great-granddaughter, and she deserves to see herself in any sport that's being played.
So to piggyback on you, Niko,
yes.
You said she's big, right? I got it up here. I got it up here, right? It's streaming on Roku, it's streaming on Fubo TV, Zumo, Freebie, Tubi, Vizio. It's streaming everywhere. So she's already, her 45-year career is going to solidify the fact that she can get into any station almost that she wants, right?
Yeah.
So that's you're right. She's huge. But secondarily, I think you hit a key point that I think that we don't look at enough. And we've seen a rise in this happen on Fox and ESPN, but that's the journalism, that's the behind the scenes, the types of opportunities that it's going to provide for those folks, for those anchors, for those journalists. And you know they're gonna be some dope women who are already established into it, but also some new voices and some new faces that are going to capture this content, right? And then in terms of I am interested to see how women are going to respond. So because we've seen it, and this is where I kind of get critical and kind of a little bit. We've seen on the WNBA side, no NBA didn't put the amount of money I feel like they should have, but also it is a business and there has to be the ticket sales and so women weren't going to games for the past 25 years until the past 3 years, really until this year, right? And so I'm curious to see, yes, I love the PR that's going to happen. I love the moves, but I want to give a rallying call to the women out there. Go support this, right? Because this is it's not for you, but it's made by you and you're the target audience.
Fortunately, my brain said, we need an all-women sports network, women's sports around the world. because it's not just American sport. And people, always want to say, no, women are not interested. They are. It's not true when people say women aren't paying attention. We pay attention to everything. We have to. We take our kids to go play sports. We go with our husbands to watch the sports. We want to see us playing these sports too. So when you say there's no interest, it's just not so, y'all. What was the inception? Why? Because it doesn't exist, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that it doesn't exist. We have to have a women's network because the things that women want to see on television, and I know a little bit about television, I'm not like the television maven, but I know the things that women want to see.
Right, I'm gonna watch regardless. My kids and my homeboys, we do the betting and we do the everything on the women's sports. We're already locked in, but I want to make sure and I hope that everything that all of the dopeness that Whoopi's doing, that it translates well and women receive it and go consume it and support it so that it can blow up and be the next big thing. Because I'm excited for the whole thing. It's called Women's Sports Network.
Women in sports is a concept whose time has finally come.